What's up everyone, it's Dakota and welcome back to another modern video. And I meant to get this deck out last week, get some gameplay on it, and things just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I'm back here on Friday recording this and trying to get it out because this might just in fact be the best deck. And I know I've been saying that a lot, but it definitely has the tools of being the best deck in the format and kind of overthrowing Rakdos finally, even after getting nerfed. I guess as a note too, like this deck technically also got nerfed as well, but you know, we're not going to go too deep into it. If you want a full deck tech of this deck, I posted a video on it earlier this week. You can go check it out. It's the same exact list that we're going to be playing today for continuity's sake, and I'll have it linked in the description down below, along with the Discord server if you want to join over there. And of course, please consider subscribing and ring the notification bell. If you enjoy the video, you want to support my content, anything like that, it's a quick, free, easy way to do so. And let's kind of get into it. The super bare bones of this Crashing Footfalls deck. You know, we have this card, Crashing Footfalls, you know, suspend for 4 time counters for a green, and you can create 2 4/4 Rhino creature tokens with trample. Of course, we're not doing it the fair way, I guess, with suspend. We're going to do it the broken way by playing a Shardless Agent or a Violent Outburst to cascade into Crashing Footfalls and get to cast it for free. And with a Violent Outburst, we can do that at instant speed. With Shardless Agent, we can put an extra 2 power into play and make it like a 2-turn clock, even if your opponent doesn't deal damage to themselves. We have a lot of interactive spells in Force Negation, Flame of Anor, Fire, Ice, and Subtleties, and things like that. Like, this is probably one of the most interactive Cascade decks that we are probably going to see. If our Rhinos plan kind of backfires, if we're not able to necessarily draw Cascaders or anything like that, we're able to kind of like tempo our opponent by playing Flames of Anor and Fire Ice, so on. Cycling Lorien Revealed to fuel Murktide Regent that can get super big and win the game. Sideboard, some more interactive elements as well for other matchups. For Graveyard decks, we have Endurance. For the like Hammer decks, we have like Force of Vigor. Brotherhood's End technically can sweep away a lot of their creatures that aren't already equipped. And if they are, then we can just get rid of all the equipped artifacts. We have extra Mystical Disputes, Urtai Scorn as like a 2-mana, less mana-intensive counterspell that we can actually play in our deck, aside from regular counterspells. So that is the gist of the deck. Let's go ahead and jump over into the match and see what we can do with the Temur Footfalls / Crashing Footfalls / Temur Rhinos deck in the modern format. So here we are with the match. We are on the draw, and this hand is ugly. Our pulling mulligans is 6. I mean, like this can't be kept. We can be a little bit greedier on 7s, and this looks pretty good. We have we're gonna end up keeping this. I think I kind of want to put down the Fire Ice, but it also could be like one of the ways that we end up getting our 3rd land for Shardless Agent. And I really don't want to pick between Subtlety and Force Negation, but I think it'll probably be Subtlety, and we'll leave up Force Negation, and just hope that our opponent isn't playing Scam. That would be cool. Don't be Scam, please. Oh, Tron? Alright, well, our life total is not going to matter. And I'm going to hope that we get to a point where this matters. Probably knowing that they let on map, it probably would have been smart to just force negate. Oh, mono blue Tron, okay. Come off suspend. We're priced into shocking this into play. Our opponent's probably... Oh, not cracking map. Okay, so they must just like pass to their turn. Alright, let's try to roll for this land. Blue mana, like if they... I guess this is kind of like a free counter so they can condescend this. If they're still playing that, yeah, they're still playing condescend. Scry 2 is probably just like good enough for it. We'll not pay the 1. I will then continually not pay for the 1. We'll see how they scry. All right, third land, please, because then we just get to cascade for like 3 turns, well, 2 turns in a row, and then Rhinos on a 3rd turn. Oh, booyah. Never didn't have it, G. Alright, so we have all that. Yeah, I don't think our life total matters. I'm just going to make sure that we can cast all of our spells for the future. Shardless. Cascade. Don't have Force Negation, or do. I mean, I'm not going to act like it's necessarily the worst thing in the world. Oh, they just naturally had Tron, too? Well, yikes. I guess what are the chances? So if we force this, force pitch Murktide, like they're probably getting bridge with this. So they go get bridge, they have to play bridge. Like, I'm probably going to be able to force a negation, like, whatever they get. But then if they just end up getting a threat, then I really can't do anything about it. Yeah, so probably shouldn't have been, like, maybe that hard of a decision, but I also know that if I just, like, oh, whatever, I'll counter whatever thing that they play, then it probably won't end up going too well for me. Like with everything, they probably have maybe a the whatever return 4 mana, Perilous Voyage, return it. Scry 2, man, they have so many Scry 2s. And the Rhino, that's cute. Like the Rhino Tekken like goes to our hand. I mean, I guess technically that's how it works, but it's just kind of funny to, like, see it. I think, I don't know if, like, Tron is necessarily a good matchup for Rhinos, I mean, especially, like, Mono Blue. I mean, they haven't, like, thrown haymakers and stuff, so I guess it's okay. I'll just go Shardless Agent. Make some Rhinos. Go through a ton of our decks. I mean, we have 1 exiled, 1 already played, 1 in hand, and then that one. So, I mean, 4. So we have 12. I mean, we're too short. 3 mana Impulse, sure. Another tower, so they have 8, 9 mana. Wormcoil Engine. That's annoying. And Ice would be perfect right now. Guess yeah, you go away. I don't need you. Do we didn't hit any. Oh, we hit 2. Like right off. Oh no, never mind. This we hit a dead gone, but then we did hit 1 Fire and Ice, and we played another one. So I guess there's 2 in the deck, and we went through 37 cards total. So I mean, not total. I think what, like a 1 in 5 is like a 20% chance. Just get more Rhinos. Oh, of course. Alright. Wait, 4, 8, 12. Yeah. There's, in fact, lethal. Oh, man. Math works. So we were 20%ers just to win the game on the spot right there. And we made it easy by just doing it. Alright, so this deck, Blood Moon, Brotherhood's End might be okay. I don't know if our opponent, I guess Urtai Scorn might be a little bit better than some of this other crap. Force Negation's probably good. I can't imagine Subtlety's like all that great. I mean, I would imagine countering a thing is pretty good, but I don't know if it's like that good. Play this Besage You. I don't know if I really want Immutavault. Flame of Nor too. I might be over sideboarding. But Fire Ice, Dead Gone is not going to be all that great. Probably that over another Fire Ice. A lot of hate pieces to bring in for Tron. Like, we're going to be in a pretty decent place for game 1, or for game 2, excuse me. I mean, we have Force Negation for an early play. I mean, like, Force Pitch to Shana. We have Lorien Reveal. We can go get another island. So we can go... Because if we go, like, island, whatever, we're not going to be able to cascade. We go, like, island... We can go, like, island, forest, whatever land. I think we'll do that. I think, ultimately, probably need to leave our option open to, like, just being able to do the thing. Our opponent is just playing, like, a mono blue control deck that just happened to have Tron lands in their deck. So I think we can get Ketria Triome. Guess if they manage to... I mean, we can't, I guess, necessarily just like, oh, hey, we're never gonna do a thing. Draw another Tidebinder. This could be... I don't know what our opponent is going to do. Really hasn't done anything. Granted, we really haven't done anything either, so they're probably holding up like Condescend. I think they kept... They mulled the 6. I can go get another island with this Misty. Demolition Field, gross. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get another island. Put Clock into play. I mean, we'll probably end up doing this. Like, now that we have a Violent Outburst, Force Negation, things like that. I mean, our opponent's in a pretty rough spot. Like, the fact that they're so far off Tron, you know, like, whatever, the fact that we have, like, these Magus Slim Moons. Or have a Magus Slim Moon, we can just cascade, put a ton of power into play, and make life hard for our opponent. For a Ratchet Bomb. I mean... We'll force this. I mean, we're not really doing anything else. I think we want, like, the Tishana. Remand. What is Remand targeting? Targeting Force Negation. Kind of the annoying thing. The fact that they don't have to pay to activate, like, they can just tap to activate this. I think I can just pay. We're not going to tap down to give them a window to resolve anything. Oh, I think I can make my move now. I can kind of, like, nullify a lot of this. I mean, unless they're playing, like, Stern Scolding, but I doubt the, at least after sideboarding that they do. Well, it's just Magus. And, of course, like, not really hurting us. Our opponent probably has seen this coming. But we're kind of off to the races, as you could maybe here by my computer just absolutely working overtime to render the salt that my opponent probably has by having a Max to the Moon resolved on them. That said, the fact that they are mono blue, like oddly, I think makes them pretty good because I think they play more basic islands than the normal Tron decks play basic forest. I'm probably wrong because then they play like all these other like utility lands as well. Yeah, if they just like counterspell this, I'm down a Tidebinder. But if I don't, I guess like I can leave up. Like I have them a 3-turn clock, whatever. Like Tashana can, like if they decide to like tap out to do this, I can just Tashana to stop it. Like we're playing like reactive, we're going to play reactive, and then at any moment when they decide to crack this, we can counter with Tashana, and then keep the pressure going with more Rhinos. So our opponent kind of figures out life. They did not cast Magus. They go to their turn, cast Oblivion Stone. Okay. Of course, Footfalls. So we can actually suspend this. Put them to 9. A little unfortunate they couldn't be at like 8. Go on, play like a 6 mana. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. It's a little rough, not gonna lie. Another Tashana, so they attack. Yeah, that's probably a mistake. I could have Tashana put into play. They attacked 6. They go to 15. I played another Tashana 3, 6, 9, 11, but they're at like 15. So then they go to 4. We're going to resolve it now. Take the window of opportunity. They have Oblivion Stone. So, I mean, if they want to, like, get rid of the board, like, they're going to have to get rid of their Worm Coil Engine. I think we're just, like, block anyway. Take 6, we go to 12. So the thing is, they kill all of this. Do this, they bounce something. I guess they have to bounce 2 somethings to, like, not die to this, and I mean... Or for the Worm Coil Engine to survive. Probably a misstep, and we've probably played this pretty bad and like left them a window to get in. Probably just would have been smarter to take the hit, and then they can blow up Oblivion Stone. We probably played this game too, like super sloppy. Alright. Outburst. Force you to blow it up. More on the deck. Remand. Now they've kind of, I mean, I guess they have impulse, sure. This gives us a window now where we can Tishana the activation of the Oblivion Stone. So we can... Okay. Well, let's get in there. Perilous Voyage, a Rhino. Sure, I guess nothing really I can do about that. We might be back in it. So they topped one. Kind of hoping they spend a turn. Oblivion Stoning. So we can kind of force the issue. We can force these. Probably take 3. We'll take 3 and then we'll kind of like force the initiative. Which I think we'll go... We only have one other whatever in the deck, and we have, 4 more Cascaders. So we go Tidebinder into play. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I want to hold on to this Tishana. Impulse on the stack. Create 2 Rhino tokens. Put them to 9, say go. Yes, sir. Hit for 3, yep. So they get in their damage. Let's get in. I assume, oh, okay, they're impulsing. Put cards on the bottom, so they probably found one. I have a hard time believing they cast so many impulses that they did not find a way to out this Tishana. Wow, alright. Repeal, sure. 8, 10, yeah, I guess they go to 2. Perilous Voyage, another one, sure. One top, one bottom. This ends up being like super close. We know our opponent's drawing something good off the top of their deck. 8 mana, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. That's a pretty good one. Depending on what they choose. So I'm assuming this is just -3. Alright, well. Sure, I'll go to 3. Oh, and then plus, yeah. Never mind. Take lethal. They found the line. Okay, run it back. No fear. Hurry up and try to finish this game and wrap everything up before I gotta go and get stuff set up for the show here. Of course I'm on the play. This Gemstone Cavern sucks. Footfall's no way to... Yeah, we gotta mulligan this. We can't keep that. One land. I mean, I guess technically there's like a force negation so we can kind of interact, but I just don't know if... Probably bad. Probably gonna get punished. That's just how we roll. So we're probably not gonna fetch for a while. Hoping to draw the second land so we can kind of like ice our opponent. Nope. Yeah, that's kind of how Rhinos can lose. Maybe we could have mulliganed to 5, but I don't know if mulliganing to 5. Yeah, if we draw another Cascade spell. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. That's how our game's gonna end. Probably gave him a few chances, to say the least, in game 2 and game 3 are hard. Or I'm gonna say our hard work, but we're just not gonna get paid off. Well, I mean, you can't do anything about me suspending something, so we'll go Breeding Pool, because I want to be able to cast whatever it is. Ice. Probably not going to matter. We're probably solidly out of this game. Turn 4, we didn't hit our second land. Demolition Field for a basic land, yeah. Demolition Field's going to be pretty annoying. Destroy target non-basic land. This is just Demolition Field. Oh, Oblivion Stone. Guess a Tishana. I mean, we're kind of in on I mean, this gives us a window. If we draw a land, Spell Pierce. Alright, well, that's worse. Land? One time? Tilt. Staring at all 3 drops in this hand. Oh, that was our window. That was where we definitely need to come up with something. I mean, I guess we technically have this Rhinos on suspend. Like, that is fine. Yeah. Unfortunate. A tower, they're working towards getting Tron. Nothing we can do. I guess we can force something if anything good comes up, but like, I guess a Worm Coil would be kind of fun. Alright. Footfalls unsuspended. I would like to cast this, and I can only assume that you have a counterspell for this. man. Oh my god. Alright. Well, I'm over it. Well, that sucks. So I'll go and kind of wrap up the deck and everything, and we'll kind of talk about it. So let's head over there. So we ran into an unlikely foe in that match. I probably played like 2 or 3 matches before that, trying to get like a good one against like a pretty good deck, and like there were some that I played out, and I just really didn't like what was going on, and of course, like this is the one that we couldn't win. So gave them like maybe a few chances in like the second game. I just think like they ended up drawing too many things to interact that we kind of had to pick and choose our battles, and ultimately we apparently picked and chose the wrong battles. Game 3 kept a little bit more of an aggressive hand. Probably just should have been like a mulligan to 5, but I feel like against the counterspell deck, anything that seems like it remotely functions or at least has some sort of game plan kind of has to be, the way that you live and die. But, I could be wrong. I'm definitely not an expert with Rhinos. But we did see a lot of games where we just, like, played, Crashing Footfalls, and our opponent had to have multiple spells to be able to interact with our one spell when we did get them to resolve. Very annoying that they had probably some of the best removal in like getting to get rid of a Rhino, and then they got some additional card selection, I guess, in the form of scries with like Perilous Voyage and getting to like condescend things and scry, and then getting to repeal our tokens for 1 mana, and then end up drawing a card as well for their troubles. So I mean, I think Mono Blue Tron is a pretty bad matchup, but I don't think you're ever going to really run into Mono Blue Tron. So I mean, we had like a lot of chances in the other game. I mean, you saw that they were like trying to resolve Oblivion Stones, Ratchet Bombs, and so on. We played through a ton of hate, and that's kind of where the power of this deck lies, is getting to play through that hate. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Today it didn't really work out for us, but we played against like a mono black vampires deck. Absolutely crushed them. Like the fact of just our early interaction plus our ability to make Rhinos for multiple turns, like they really couldn't keep up with it. There was like a prowess deck that we played yesterday that I tried to end up recording and get done, but didn't really work out all that well. So it kind of is what it is. I guess I should say it didn't work out. The recording didn't work out. We actually won that game. Off of a lot of just cascading into footfalls, and that's kind of where you'll win a lot of your games without, like, almost regardless of what your opponent's doing. It's just by resolving a ton of footfalls and then playing a reactive strategy of just getting to kind of tempo your opponent out. So overall, I like the deck. Even though we lost, I still think this is probably the best modern deck to be playing in the current format. Thankfully, there wasn't really any scenarios where Murktide was really relevant, but there's a few games where we wish we could have had it, of course, to kind of get in some big damage that our Rhinos couldn't get through Wormcoil engines. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I think this deck is still really powerful and is definitely worth looking into. So if you want to play this deck, I have the deck list linked in the description down below. I also have a deck tech on the deck where I go more in depth on some of the card choices and things like that. So if you want to get a more in-depth analysis, go check out the deck tech. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell if you want to get notified when I post videos for the modern Pioneer format and longer form content. And then, yeah, there's a deck list in the description. Discord in the description. Go over there and join. I love talking about Magic. I actually had a few good conversations over the past few days with some people in the Discord. So, I'm definitely into talking, checking things out, all that. So be sure to do that. That's going to do it for me. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.